Hey everyone, Sam here, or Jedi Bricks, and with 2023 finally coming to a close, that means it's time to rank every single LEGO Star Wars set from worst to first to find out what the best release of the year was. Let me know your opinions down in the comments below, but there were 28 LEGO Star Wars sets released in 2023, plus 2 GWP polybag builds, which I haven't included for this video. And let me just say, this was a really difficult year to rank. We have the Clone Wars revival going on, the brand new Ahsoka Show lineup, and of course the biggest prequel set ever made with the UCS Venator. And so with many great sets and some clear failures from LEGO, I'm sure some of you guys are going to disagree, but we got to get into it with the worst set of 2023. At number 28 here, we have the 18 plus buildable Chewbaca, and this one is just completely unnecessary. Retailing at $200 and with just over 2,000 pieces, this was such a huge waste of a possible buildable figure. The potential for a truly banger droid like Grievous or even C-3PO just leaves me shocked at the huge pile of brown bricks. Maybe I'm hating on Chewie, and don't get me wrong, I love his character, but this Wookiee just ain't for me, and honestly, unless you have loads of spare cash lying around, I wouldn't recommend this set to anyone except the most die-hard Chewbacca fans. The next worst set of 2023 for me is the Pirate Snub Fighter. While the build itself is actually accurate and well designed, they really dropped the ball with the concept itself. We just did not need this set, and it's kind of sad because the minifigures are accurate right down to the footprinting, and so is the Snub Fighter build. But with barely any screen time in season 3 of The Mandalorian and a pretty irrelevant pirate arc, LEGO missed the mark with this one. Next up at 26, we have the first ever LEGO Jedi Temple, which is of course the 4+ Tennu Jedi Temple. Now, over last year's 4+ AT-ST, this is a major upgrade, but it's still way overpriced, and being from a Disney show aimed at literally 3 to 4 year olds, this one really is just a 4+ set. It's not last purely because that printed Jedi tile is cool and the minifigures are kind of underrated. Next up we have the remake of Yoda's Jedi Starfighter, which felt like a total rehash from LEGO, and for me this just definitely took up a Clone Wars set number that could have been so much better, and with the $10 price increase on that previous version with almost no differences, I'm not sure why LEGO felt this was the right choice. Next up we have the N1 Starfighter Microfighter, which with the price increase to $15 just starts to feel overpriced, especially when you can still pick up a battle pack for just $20. So I also think the ship design is just kind of ugly and does not do the N1 Starfighter justice. His main redeeming quality is the upgraded Mando minifigure, and this is by far the cheapest way to get that figure new. So it is an upgrade on the Razor Crest Microfighter we got last year. Moving on to the LEGO Star Wars Mechs now, which I genuinely think are crazy. Like, LEGO really just brought MCU sales tactics to Star Wars, but I do see the younger LEGO fans really liking them, and so I can't write them off. Boba is definitely the best of the three, but these are really not for me. Next up at number 22, we have the Tusken Raider Brickheads, which while I think is a cool build, is not the most necessary Brickheads character, and unless you collect Brickheads, it's not really something to get excited about. Moving on, we have the Bausch Leia helmet, which was possibly the final original trilogy helmet to ever release, as the lineup likely won't be continuing into 2024, and while some fans really like this for display, for someone who doesn't collect the helmets, this one really didn't draw me in. Original trilogy fans might appreciate it more, but again, I think there are better characters LEGO could have chosen. The design also just looks a bit squished, and I definitely think you could spend $50 better. Sneaking in here, we have Boba Fett's Slave 1 Microfighter. Oh, no, wait, sorry, I mean Boba Fett's Starfighter. So name changes aside, this one is a pretty cool little microfighter, and compared to the N1 Microfighter, I picked this one up and think it's a good build. It's not that exciting, and the Boba minifigure's constant changes are just annoying at this point. Next up at 19, we have the Millennium Falcon Holiday Sequels diorama, and when this set came out, I actually thought it was going to be the bottom for sure, but honestly, it's grown on me, and I actually picked it up yesterday. Let's not talk about the sequels, but I don't completely hate them, and this is really just a fun, festive, affordable little set. It's also really easy to swap figures out and get some Christmas specials going. Honestly, if this wasn't a sequel set, it would be top 10. Now we have the Endor Brickheads pack, which is a fun selection of characters, and with the Endor diorama and the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, it was a fitting choice, and it ranks this low because I'm just not a Brickheads fan, but it is a decent set for a Brickheads pack. So getting a bit more detailed here with the first really mid set of 2023, which for me is the Spider Tank Droid, which was not super accurate and ultimately kind of disconnected from all of the other Mandalorian sets and the key moments from season 3. What saves this set is the exclusive Bo-Katan minifigure and the fact that I actually like the Spider Tank build. Value-wise, it's not terrible, but with LEGO dropping 2 more Mandalorian season 4 sets in 2024, I just think this set's going to get overshadowed, and if Bo-Katan does not stay exclusive, you're literally just paying for the Spider Tank. Coming in at number 16 is the UCS Luke's XWing, and while I actually do like the build and the displayability of this set, it's a really classy UCS display set. All the Easter eggs are cool, the features LEGO included felt faithful. There were just better sets this year for me. Still, at the lower UCS price point and with the sleek 2023 design, for anyone wanting a big X-Wing display, this is your set. At 14 and 15, we have the Rex and Cody helmets. Now for most LEGO Star Wars fans, these are perfect display helmets and are an essential to a true Clone Wars fan's LEGO collection. But the two things I don't love about them are all the exposed studs, and specifically that for Rex, they didn't quite get that Phase 2 helmet right. Whereas for Phase 1 Cody, it looks much cleaner to me. And while they were the best of the 2023 helmet lineup, and I could see some people putting these higher, for me, they could never beat the likes of a Gunship or a Ghost. Next up is my favorite smaller display style set of 2023, the Executor Star Destroyer, which honestly is a really promising clean start to this new midi scale line. The value at $60 is good, especially compared to the Tantive 4 and Millennium Falcon midi sets releasing next year, and the Bounty Hunter meeting Easter egg was such a cool touch from LEGO. It displays really well, which has me hyped for a fleet of midi ships in 2024. Coming in at number 12, we have the Endor Speeder Chase diorama, which retailed at $70. Now, the two dioramas this year definitely was much weaker, and with both minifigures showing up inside LEGO Star Wars books, it's really all about the build. And while the design got some hate at first, particularly those trees, I actually think it looks good on display and is a solid addition to any diorama collection and a classic original trilogy scene. Just outside the top 10, we have Vader's TIE Bomber, because the new design does look sleek and classy on display, and it's one of my favorite LEGO TIE fighters. If you can pick it up for under $50 and are an original trilogy fan, then I'd say it's a must-have, and it was definitely one of the best 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi sets that we got. And so at number 10 of our top 10 is Ahsoka's 332nd Battle Pack. Now first up, getting 2 clone battle packs in a year is a huge win, but the 332nd Legion wasn't the most necessary choice, and the inaccuracy of the set lets it down a bit. As you guys know, Ahsoka's 332nd Legion only appeared in Season 7 of the Clone Wars, and they never really feature with a Republic Swamp Speeder, but the Swamp Speeder itself is a sleek build upgrade on the old Kashyyyk Trooper Swamp Speeder from over 10 years ago now. As for the Clone Trooper minifigures, we obviously have the named Captain Vaughn, which makes it a bit less of a traditional army building battle pack, but overall I'm a big fan of Ahsoka's 332nd, and so this makes my top 10. Sitting at number 9, we have the best Mandalorian set of 2023, the Fang Fighter vs TIE Interceptor, and while the minifigures let this set down a little bit, the build more than makes up for it. The TIE Interceptor is a sleek and really great looking design, and is clearly popular as LEGO are releasing a UCS version in 2024, so the Fang Fighter was also a cool, pretty sturdy build, and I personally really like these ship v ship sets. The price point at $100 does feel a little high, and this would be ranking higher if it was more like $80 retail. Next up is the first Ahsoka Show set with the Ghost and Phantom II. And while I'm a big fan of the Ghost and Rebels, the minifigures just really let it down for me. Part of what made the old Ghost so iconic was the minifigure lineup, a crew of characters that Rebels fans were really invested in. And the Ahsoka Show for me did not deliver that at all. I didn't feel invested in the crew to the point where I didn't even pick up this set. And this was in my top 2 2023 sets before it released. And because I like the actual new set design, this does make the top 10, but overall I felt a bit disappointed. So at number 7, we have the Yavin 4 Rebel base. And after 20 years of designing and a bunch of prototypes from LEGO, this was long overdue, and now it's here. I actually really like this set. It's the only LEGO Star Wars set of 2023 that includes an actual building, and it features a new scale of Y-Wing, which I liked. And this is probably the best set for mock building in 2023, with 12 minifigures, including exclusive ones. It's not just lacking there either, and even when it comes to value, it's pretty fair and retails at $140 for just over 1,000 pieces. Just outside the top 5 at number 6 is the New Republic Ewing v Shin Hati's Starfighter, which definitely beats the Ghost because of those Dark Jedi minifigures and that really cool Ewing ship, and in my opinion, Balon and Shin were the most exciting parts of the Ahsoka Show, and LEGO designing an old legend ship like the Ewing is a very cool move. So the Ewing displays really well, and I think most people agree this was a banger set. The price point being a little cheaper than the Fang vs TIE also wins some points, and that's why this ranks at number 6. Taking the first spot of our top 5 list is Ahsoka's T-6 Jedi Shuttle, which I just think ticks all the boxes. It's got a great build, 4 detailed and exclusive new minifigures, and a classic updated Jedi ship. I think the price point was a tad high. If you can pick this up for less than $50, then it's a no-brainer, but even at retail, I'd still recommend it as a fun build and a great display set. It's by far the best Ahsoka Show set, and there's a lot of reasons why this made it into the top 5, with pretty much something for everyone. Up next at number 4, we have my favourite original trilogy set of 2023, the Emperor's Throne Room diorama. This is my top pick for the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, and is LEGO done right. It's accurate, well designed, and it's a wicked display set. It did feel a little overpriced at $100, and I would have preferred to see it at around around $80, but LEGO know how iconic this scene is from Return of the Jedi, and getting a brand new Luke minifigure is pretty cool. So one of the first sets I ever owned was the original Death Star Duel, and it's really nostalgic to see how far the LEGO Star Wars theme has come in 25 years. I'd honestly recommend this set to all LEGO Star Wars fans. And number 3, we have the 501st Specialist Pack, and I know that some people feel the 501st get way too much hype from LEGO, and to be honest, I agree, but this was still a great battle pack. Having clone trooper variants was really cool, and it helped boost and continue a huge army building trend started by the original "We Want a 501st Battle Pack." The battle pack price hasn't risen past $20 yet, which is a positive because it definitely will. And overall, this is the best set under $40 retail this year, and a classic battle pack. So this brings us to number 2, and we have here the biggest prequel set ever made, the UCS Venator. And while this does rank in my top 2 2023 sets, this is definitely not for everyone. If you're a die-hard prequels and Clone Wars fan and have the money lying around, or you're fortunate enough that your family can get it for birthdays, Christmas, etc., then this one is for you. It's an incredible display piece and the kind of LEGO set that is a centerpiece for your collection. But at $650, this set absolutely breaks the bank and is just not reasonable for many LEGO Star Wars fans. And so for that reason, this set could never be number 1. And with the fact that Captain Rex is no longer going to be exclusive and will be available in a $13 microfighter in 2024, leaves the minifigures looking pretty lacking. For fans who like big UCS display sets, then this set is absolutely perfect, but it couldn't be number 1. And that means that my number 1 best set in 2023 is, of course, the Corsucant Guard Gunship. And I'm not going to spend ages telling you everything about why this set is number 1, because it comes down to 2 words: Republic Gunship. This is the most popular Clone Wars vehicle by far, and for me, it was always going to be a huge release. There are some issues with this set. The printing for the Fox minifigure was a bit shoddy, and a lack of certain details like bubble turrets on the wings have made fans color change, modify, and upgrade their gunships. And to be honest, it seems like this set is a really good base build for that, which is kind of a good thing. So at $130, this somehow topped 2022's ATTE for me, and with the new shock troopers, Fox, Padme, and Palpatine, and it being the first play scale gunship in almost 10 years, this was always going to take the top spot. So that is my list of every 2023 LEGO Star Wars set ranked from worst to first. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button, and if you think I was wrong, then make sure to let me know all about it down in the comments. And subscribe if you're new here, but I'll catch you guys next time.